Alright, what's going on, guys? So, welcome to today's stream. Today we're going to be talking about Winter Storm Harper. One sec, trying to make this volume better. So, hopefully this is better. I've been getting comments saying the volume's too low or people can't hear it. But I watched it on my phone with earbuds in and I could hear it perfectly fine, so. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Winter Storm Harper today. So Winter Storm Harper is a major snowstorm already dumped close to 6 feet of snow in the California mountains of Sahara. We have winter storm watches from Indiana all the way to Maine with winter storm warnings, including you in Chicago, most of Iowa, a little portion of Missouri, and up into South Dakota and a little bit of Minnesota. We also have winter storm warnings for parts of Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont, as these winter storm warnings will likely include all of New England. We also have a little winter weather advisory up very northern tip of New York, where less snow is forecasted. So, in these blue shadings here, and here, those are avalanche warnings because there's so much snowpack. So, yeah. Alright, if I had more time today, I want to get a video out. But if I did have more time today, I would have made some more maps for snowfall for New England. But I forgot. Well, I didn't have time because I want to get a video out as soon as possible. So we'll start by taking a look in New England, where parts of interior New England could see feet of snow. So we have winter storm warnings in the pink, winter storm watches in the blue, coastal flood watch in this greenish color, and then gale warning and small craft advisory for the ocean areas. Alright, so let's take a look at the winter weather. Alright, so here's the current hazards and stuff. Winter storm watch. The highest potential for over a foot is north of Route 2 Mass. And there could definitely be some significant icing as well with this system. So we'll go to the snowfall forecast. Here's the forecast for Hartford, 8 inches. For Taunton, 6 inches. We'll actually click this to make it easier to see. Alright, for Greenfield, 16 inches. Boston, 9 inches. Windsor Locks, 9 inches. Nantucket, less than an inch, where it will be a mostly rain event. But even Providence down in the Cape could see 4 inches of snow. This is the expected snowfall right here. Springfield, Mass, 10 inches possible. Worcester, 11 inches of snow. Bedford, 12. Lawrence, 14. So, yeah. And here's the high end for snowfall. Alright, so the high end for snowfall, Greenfield, 19 inches. Fitchburg, 19 inches. Boston, 13 inches. Windsor Locks, 13 inches. Hartford, 11 inches. Nantucket, 2 inches. Provincetown, 8 inches. Plymouth, 10. Foxborough, 12. Providence, 9. So, yeah. There is a pretty good uncertainty about what the snow is, but I think we have a pretty good bet right now. And here's the low end for snowfall, this is 0 inches for most. Even though I do expect at least... Can I draw on this? I'm not sure if I'll be able to. No, I can. Nice. I do expect that everyone in this area will see at least 6 inches of snow. So yeah, in this area, general zone, I do expect a widespread 6+ inches. There could be locally, well, the plus means higher amounts are likely. So yeah, I guess I could just put my forecast here, I guess. Honestly, why not? But my forecast is, it goes like this. That. This will be. Hopefully this doesn't lag that much. It's just a straight line. There. Since I didn't have maps, I'll just put it like this for now for you guys, so you guys can see it. 6 inches. This it will be maybe 1 to 3, and then undo that real quick. Two, 1 to 3 there, and then less than 1 inch. And then in this area, I do expect a widespread amount. This is laggy and it's actually kind of annoying. Alright, we gonna load yet? There we go. In this area, I'm saying 6 to 12 inches plus, and we're still lagging. And then up here is 12 to 18 plus. Inches plus. Alright, so there's basically my forecast for snowfall. Although I would extend this 3 to 6 inches just for the coast of Connecticut. Forgot about that, but yeah, pretty good, I guess. Alright. So we'll also look at the graphical hazards. For the snow and sleet, and then we'll also look at the ice accretion as well. So you can see the significant, actually the significant was barely here, and now it's actually working back in, which is beginning higher confidence in this. Areas like in Hartford County, I think most in the 3 counties in Connecticut will likely end up being in that significant, which is snow or sleet accumulations of 6 to 11.9 inches are expected. Avoid travel if possible. And then Sunday, we're getting to nothing, but it's still a possibility for some snow and sleet expected. Then we'll go for ice. So you could see a big swath of here into the elevated area, which means freezing rain or drizzle accumulations less than 1/4 of an inch, and it will be slippery. Then we'll go to Sunday, and it extends. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to significant, but there is still the potential for an inch of ice in some spots, which could result in some big power outages and stuff. And then for Monday, we have to worry about extreme cold. So you can see significant working in here, which, if you go down here, minimum apparent temperatures of 25 to 34 degrees below zero. That is not the wind chill, that is the actual temperature. And then in this orangey color, the elevated one is 10 to 24 degrees below. And then by Monday morning, it basically just gets extended. So yeah, it's going to be very cold those days. Actually, on Monday, the high temperatures are going to be by midnight Sunday, and the temperature is going to go down all day Monday. So on the west side of Winter Storm Harper, we also have a severe side. With this strong system, we have the potential for some severe thunderstorms, a marginal risk for Shreveport, Little Rock, Jackson. Oh, we're getting a new update, so it's basically the same. Shreveport, Little Rock, Jackson, Tyler, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, all in that marginal risk. Some marginal tornado threat, basically in the same areas. Longview, Texas, Tyler, Texas, Jackson, Mississippi, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Shreveport, Louisiana. The wind threat is also marginal. Shreveport, Little Rock, Jackson, Tyler, and Longview. And then the hail threat, there's still a hail threat too, but this is into Oklahoma as well. Shreveport, Little Rock, Tyler, Broken Arrow, and Fort Smith. And if you do live in the areas under the gun for Winter Storm Harper and you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And then tomorrow, the severe weather starts to ramp up pretty substantially. There is a slight risk for much of Alabama and Mississippi, marginal risk from Louisiana all the way up to Georgia. So the areas in the slight risk are Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama. There's also a 5% chance of there is a slight tornado threat, a slight wind threat, and a marginal hail threat. The hail won't be as bad tomorrow. So the areas in the marginal risk include New Orleans, Atlanta, Baton Rouge, Columbus, Georgia, and Huntsville, Alabama. Alabama, I was right. Yeah. I thought I said Georgia. I don't even know. It's still pretty early. And then this goes for Sunday. We don't have any right here. It's been a little while since we've seen this. Thunderstorms are unlikely across the U.S., which basically means there's not the chance of thunder at all. So that's actually nice. And now let's go to Tropical Tidbits and show you guys the forecast. One of the most accurate models, which is the NAM models, they have been showing over a foot of snow for most of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, excluding the Cape. But that's one of the most reliable because they don't go out far hours. They only go out between 60 and 84 hours, which makes meteorologists follow them really good, since the ones that go out further in time have a less likely chance of being right. The NAM model has been right in the past, and it has the chance of being right this time. So we just got the new run of the NAM, and so we're not going to be able to go to full 84 hours for the 12 km, but yeah. So this is just a little nuisance storm that popped up today. Nothing. That's not Harper. And here comes Harper, and you can see a massive ice storm possible. This would be a crippling ice storm, I think. So there is a threat for some pretty substantial icing in this general zone. And then you can see that on the back edge we get some more snow in, and then the ice threat shifts to the Cape and the islands out there. So then, when this storm's basically all said and done, we can go another hour. So then the Cape ends up switching to snow. Maybe Nantucket could get a little bit of freezing rain. Not the best, but here's the total snowfall from the 12K. Shows a widespread foot or more of snow. So, like I did with Avery back in November, I'll point out the areas that I think are good and the areas that I think are overdone and the areas I think are underdone. So, one area I think is overdone. New York City. I'll draw a little area where I think it's overdone. This area I do think is way overdone. I don't think you'll be able to get. Jeez, I can't talk today. I don't think you'll be able to get a foot of snow here. So it'll be pretty difficult to get a foot there. I think the best forecast for New York City will be probably on the order of 2 to 4 inches. There could be a few locally higher amounts there. Boston, I do expect you guys to get a good snowstorm. You guys are getting your first inch of snow. Congrats. I do think most of Connecticut is pretty good with snowfall. But I do think it's a little overdone by the shoreline where it will change to rain faster. Another area I do think is overdone is this little area in Pennsylvania. Although it could be trending colder, I haven't checked out like the new European models, but this area as of yesterday was going to be in a little warm sector. So on the north side of Pittsburgh, you're going to get maybe 12 to 18 inches of snow. but on the south side you're going to get more like 1 to 2 inches. So it's a very sharp gradient. This still could happen, but I'm not saying it will. It's not a definite guarantee on that. Alright, so the red is the areas I think are overdone. The areas I think are underdone, it's a pretty big area, by the way. This entire area is underdone. This area will likely see in excess of 20 inches. So yeah, there is the threat for some significant snow. I do think it's a little underdone with this 12 km. So yeah, it'll likely be more like 18 to 24 inches across most of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, and a little bit into New York. But the area that I think is almost right on track will go in a different color. I did red already. I guess we'll just do this color, I guess. I don't know. We'll do green. Why not? The area that is... Or can I just do white? Yeah, I can just do white. The area I think is pretty good with snowfall. Oops. Messed that up. 1 sec. This is basically this wide swath. I think that area is pretty good with snowfall. I think it plays it out perfectly. There could be even some locally higher amounts in this area. So, the 12 km I think is actually pretty good with snowfall. And I should hopefully have a new blog post out today, maybe. I was going to put one out Monday, got sick, so couldn't really get one out. We'll go back to preset. And I did stream Monday, never mind, I was going to stream, but I did, so. Put that back. And now we'll go check out the NAM 3 cam. Come on. There we go. We can only see 43 hours, so this might not go all the way, so. Again, there's a little nuisance storm. And here comes Harper. Heavy banding as well before changing to ice, and this storm is barely even done. We only go 43 hours. So, I guess we can try to wait a little bit longer for the new NAM to come out. So, what I'll do is we'll just check out some of the other locations that could be dealing with Harper. We'll check out an area. We'll check out New Hampshire and Maine now. So yeah. We also have wind chill advisories up for the northern part of Maine, and I do expect wind chill advisories for all of New England, but for Monday. So yeah, let's check out the winter weather. Alright, current hazards, nothing. Snowfall forecast, here it is. The forecast, let's check out some of these numbers. Belfast, Maine, 18 inches. Rockland, Maine, 18 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, 17 inches. Manchester, New Hampshire, 17 inches. Keene, New Hampshire, 17 inches. Plymouth, New Hampshire, 17 inches. That's more in Maine. Rumford, Maine, 16 inches. So there's just a few. High end of snowfall, which looks pretty significant actually. We'll do the same one. Keene, 19 inches for your high end. Concord, 18. Plymouth, 20. Rangley, I think that's how you say it. Maine, 20 inches. So, and then here's the low end of snow. So you're basically getting a foot of snow in New Hampshire. In Maine, it's just you're getting a foot because that's your low end is 8 to 12 inches. Your high end is 18 to 24. Getting coating of snow 100%. I just want to, because this is basically all 100%. I want to see what it's like for over a foot. You still have a 73% chance in I don't know how to say that, but that spot in New Hampshire, it's a 73% chance of getting over a foot. Getting over 18 inches is still it's not as high, it's pretty low, but it's not zero. Look, Waterville, Maine, 30% chance. We'll check the graphical hazards out for Maine and New Hampshire. Alright, hail, tornadoes, snow, moderate, so, oh wow, that's different for them here. Alright, for significant, snow and sleet, 8 to 18 inches are expected across most of New Hampshire. Let me go to Sunday, and that moves up to Maine, but still in the yellow, sleet and snow are less than 4 inches. So yeah, you guys can be dealing with a pretty serious storm. Let's check out excessive cold for up here. For Monday, most people are there's a lot of spots of red and even into the pink, which is in excess of 39 below zero. Let's check if more of the NAM model came out. Yes, more did. I should have did this a little earlier, but I didn't, so. I mean, we're getting the newest information in a lot of the streams. Yeah, this NAM model shows a worst-case scenario across most of Connecticut, most of Rhode Island, and even this includes Boston. This shows a worst-case scenario, which is a ton of ice. This would be a devastating ice storm, a catastrophic ice storm that places have not seen. Some younger people may not have seen an ice storm like this in a lifetime. I've certainly not, because I'm not that old. But I certainly have not seen an ice storm. We had two small ice storms. It wasn't like ice storm warning criteria. I do think that I'll circle an area that I think this could happen. Right here. I think there could be some ice storm warnings. Yeah, ice storm warnings for this area. This includes much of Connecticut, excluding the Northwest Hills, because it's going to be mainly snow there. But this could have the potential to bring over an inch of ice. European model last night was showing a good deal of ice across all of Connecticut and into Massachusetts. It was showing anywhere from a half inch to an inch of ice. Once you get over a quarter to a half inch of ice is already starting to cause tree branches to sag, some scattered power outages, and some extremely slippery surfaces. Once you get from a half inch to an inch, it's just widespread power outages, widespread tree and power line damage. This could have the potential for people to lose power for a while, which would be bad because we also will then have extreme cold. As the storm pulls away, the low pressure is here, and it will basically track something like... I actually get a different color for this. We'll use red because that's for the low pressure. The low pressure system will basically track like that, basically. Like that. But then, as it leaves, it's pulling in some colder air from Canada into the area. So, as it leaves, it's literally spilling cold air into the northeast area. So, if you do have any slush on your driveway or anything, that is going to freeze rock. That's going to be solid in the morning on Monday. The temperatures Sunday, if you get rain, even out to the Cape and Nantucket, you guys are going to get rain. If that stuff doesn't dry, it looks like it's not even going to dry. It's just going to be locked in place for a few days. I'm sorry to say, because for this region right here that could be getting some good rain, the temperatures are going to be between 0 and 10 below. 10 below 0. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty serious storm. Here we can see more of them. It just keeps showing more ice or else. Like, I'm surprised because I haven't even seen this one yet. Alright, so this is beginning to be a bad storm. I'm sorry to say. This now model has me worried kind of now. We could be dealing with an ice storm. This is still unlikely. It's still about 48 hours out for New England. By tomorrow across New England, it'll be perfectly fine. Get your preparations done. If you want to, get a generator, especially if you live in the zone that could be getting some ice. Get a generator. I know myself, I got this thing over Christmas break. It's awesome. It's like a torch thing, and you put propane on it. And on, like, the thing, it says what you can use it for. You can use it to kill weeds and stuff. You can also use it to melt ice on your driveway. So, you can get it at Home Depot. It's like $20, I think, which is pretty good, I think. It's actually pretty cheap. And then the propane's like another $6 to $10, so I gotta get another propane thing for that. But that thing will come in handy, especially if you get a ton of ice. So I highly recommend getting that if you do live in the zone that's getting ice. If you live in the zone that's getting all snow, don't worry about it. It's gonna be powder there. It's gonna be easy to move. You can get you can use a leaf blower if you really wanted to, but that would take a while because you're getting so much. Maybe we can go more now. And then it shows ending as snow, and let's just check the snowfall before I sign out here. Snowfall, yeah. A lot. And it's definitely it's probably still working on this over here, because I do think it's still a little underdone. I guess more models are changing, so now it might be more in this area that we thought was going to get some more rain. So, yeah, New York City could be looking at a good amount of snow, as well as Boston, maybe even the Cape and the islands there. They could be looking at some snow, which wouldn't be bad. Oh, this doesn't even go as far as the precip. Oh, wait, now we can go. Okay, then. Okay. So before, that didn't go as far as the precip went. Now here's how far the precip goes. It shows a widespread 12 to 18 inches across southern New England and into northern New England. That is insane amount of snow. No, it would probably between across Connecticut and the areas in Massachusetts that I just showed you with the ice and stuff. It probably would be like more like 5 to 12 inches of snow, and then you have sleet and ice on that. And that stuff, if you don't get that out Sunday, that is going to be impossible to move by Monday. You're going to get close to you could get, jeez, I can't talk. You can get close to a foot of snow, a few inches of sleet, and then a lot of ice and a lot of freezing rain on there. That is going to be nearly impossible to move by Monday. That'll be even difficult for snowblowers to go through because of how much ice there will be. So that would actually be bad. I know I already have my plan made out for doing our driveway. I'm going to go out once the snow starts. Like, it's going to start in Connecticut by like between 6 and 9, I think, between. So I'm going to go out and do a little bit of shoveling, try to get most of this snow out of here. And then by Sunday morning, once it starts, there's a lot of snow out there, I'm going to wake up, go out early, get the driveway cleared out, maybe put some salt on it, even though the salt's not going to do anything. I might not even put it because it's just going to be a waste, but get it ready because I don't feel like moving a ton of snow that has sleet and ice in it. So, yeah, that's it for this stream, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Stay safe out there.